Hi guys, today I'll show you my newest purchase, this 2007 Mercedes E-Classe W211. I had few of these cars up to this point, but this was the cheapest in Ireland. I'll quickly show you the exterior of this car. We'll talk about the features inside. I'll give you a walkthrough, and after that we'll get to drive the car. I'll tell you more about the price that I purchased it for, what's the market value at this time, few good points and bad points, as well as some technical data. Anyway, it's a great car and I'm so excited. So first of all, this is a Mercedes E-Classe W211. It's the facelift model. I think this facelift was presented to the market in 2007 and they kept it for about 2 years until the next model was released. I had one of these cars. It was a 2003 model. This is, as you can see, in a silver gray finish. The facelift model is distinguished by the pointy nose and a bit larger front grille, and also has these lines inside the headlight. This is the elegance trim. There are 3 trims available: the classic one, this middle trim called the elegance, and the fanciest of them all, the avant-garde. This is the elegance model, and you can see that on this badge on the side of the car. You can recognize an elegance model or a superior trim other than the classic one by observing the chrome strips on the outside trims that surrounds actually the vehicle. You have that on the front bumper, you have it on the side of the car, and you have them on the rear bumper as well. Another distinguishable feature from the non-facelift model is the lack of the red line between the turn signal and the reverse lights, and the wider chrome strip on the tailgate. The avant-garde trim has LED brake lights here, while this only has a bulb, regular halogen bulb. You get the chrome on the door handles as well, which are in a very nice finish, and they feel very solid. As you can see, there is absolutely no play in them whatsoever, rear and front, very solid. Another feature for the facelift model is this thin narrow mount of the wing mirror, and you get a sleeker turn signal mounted on the wing mirror itself. You get obviously the Mercedes logo on the hood, which is not very common these days. I think this is gone due to pedestrian safety regulations and all that. You get the front fog lights with the chrome surrounding. On the avant-garde model you get 2 more chrome lines there on the black plastic, but since this is the elegance, this is what you actually get. This car is also fitted with 16-inch alloys. Not very big, but it's a nice design, pretty simple but elegant, and gives car a nice sleek touch. As you can see, it looks pretty good, especially for the year. Don't forget, this is an 07, so it's 13-14 years old at this point. As you can see, no dents on the panels, is pretty straight. I've seen many of these E-Classes which had front damage. You can tell that by the gaps and lines on the front fender where it meets the bumper, and the hood where it meets the front bumper as well. This has absolutely no accident damage. It's straight, it has the original paint all around. There was no panel changed or dented. Another nice touch is this black gloss finish, which is gone in the cars these days, and you get a nice black gloss finish here at the base of the side windows, together with this separator here. I will quickly show you how it looks under the bonnet. And before I'll tell you the price, I will actually tell you why this car was so cheap to buy. So as I was telling you before, this is a Mercedes E200 compressor, so that means it is actually a 1.8 engine block, and it features a compressor which sits under the ECU somewhere there. I don't think we can see it on the camera now. These engines are quite strong. It has a timing chain. Apparently that's pretty common failure on these engines. This is the third E200 that I have. None of them had actual timing chain issues, so I don't know if it's a myth or a reality at this time. There are a few things which are quite common failure points with these engines. One of them is the thermostat, but that is deep here, so it's a very quick fix. You have only 2 screws and you can replace the thermostat in maybe 15 minutes at home. The thermostat itself, it's a 40 euro part, very simple part, as a thermostat should be. Also, these camshaft regulators or adjusters, if you want, they are common failure point and they leak down there. As you can see, this has a bit of sweat or moisture down there, but nothing critical. And the problem is when they leak into these looms which lead back to the ECU, so the oil will actually get in the ECU and can cause further damage. If these leak, it's about 90 quid to replace them, so it's nothing critical, very easy job as well. 3 screws for each and you can do it in 10 minutes by yourself. Timing chain is inside here, so when I actually bought this car, there was a knocking sound coming from the engine bay. When the guy actually pulled over to meet me, there was a very loud noise coming from under the bonnet. And what I did to make sure it's not the chain who rattles, I've actually used a long screwdriver, put the tip of the screwdriver here, and I was sticking my ear to the end of the screwdriver. That way all the noises and vibrations go through the screwdriver and you can actually hear what's inside, if that makes sense. That's a very good way to determine where the noises are coming from. So there was no ticking noise coming from the timing chain, which made me very happy, but I could actually hear some tapping noise coming from the back of the engine. And I've bought the car anyway, and it was a lucky pick, as I've seen later that there was absolutely no oil. I've checked the oil with the dipstick, it was under the minimum mark. I've topped up 2 liters and it just came just a bit over the minimum mark. That means the engine was running out of oil, it was actually starved, and there was no pressure build up in the cylinder head. So that means tappets were not getting enough oil pressure. Because of the problem with the ticking noise that I was just explaining to you guys, price wise this was maybe half of what's on the market today. So I paid 1,600 for this car, while any other that I've seen online is priced between 3.5 to 4.5 thousand euro. So this is a 182,000 kilometer car. I think I've put already 1,000 kilometers on the clock. It's a pleasure to drive. I was mentioning to you about the thermostat. I forgot to tell you that this was broken in this car and it was stuck open, so temperature was not rising higher than maybe, I don't know, 50 degrees. Now it's a bit cold. The engine, as I wasn't driving the car for about 15-20 minutes, so it still has to go up to the temperature, but it now works flawlessly, no problem. And actually speaking, you get all the goodies in this car for the year and for the money. Don't forget, I've paid 1,600 for this car. So you actually get cruise control, which is right here, very easy to operate. You select the speed by pulling this lever up or down, nothing easier than this. You cancel it by pushing it towards the front of the car, or resume by pulling it towards you, towards the steering wheel. It is very simple to operate. Also, it had a speed limiter, so if you depress the lever itself inwards, actually, I'll show you on the cluster, this light will come on and this will act as a speed limiter that you can set from the menu of the car. So let's say you're setting the limiter to 130 kilometers per hour. If you depress this, it will actually stop accelerating once it reaches the speed you have already set. Very easy, very handy to use. And this is a feature that I've only seen in Mercedes-Benz, and it's very well implemented. You also get volume controls for the radio. Another nice, very nice feature, which I think looks very good in this car, is the CD changer. Is very nice incorporated here. So if you press this button, the door will actually go up, and you have the CD changer right here, which can take in 6 CDs. I already have put 5 of them here and 1 in the main CD unit. This is a very basic radio, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. The climate control features this small screen with information. The non-facelift model doesn't have this, so this is a bit nicer, a nicer touch if you want. Dual climate control. You can see the chrome rings on the dials here. This is because this is the elegance trim. You don't get that chromey things. You don't get the chrome on the instrument cluster either if you have the classic trim. Also, the Avant-Garde model comes with white dials here, so that's a bit better looking, and it's nicely lit during the night time. It looks exactly like the fuel gauge and the temperature gauge there. You can actually see the chrome surroundings as well here. This is due to the elegance trim as well. You have the elegance text on the shifter. And another feature of the elegance trims or superior trims other than classic is the wooden trim, not ending here but going throughout the length of the door, and the chrome insert on the top of it as well. So this is only for elegance and avant-garde models. Another extra feature of the elegance and avant-garde model is the ambient light. It's the well-known yellowish Mercedes light that you get as a backlight for all the buttons in the car, and you have 2 dome lights, this one and the rear one, which has the same ambient light here. I'll just try to focus. Yeah, this one, as you can see. Other than that, leather seats, which are in pretty good condition, and it is perforated as well. You get the headrest adjustment like this. You have to pull it forward or push it backwards. This will give you better support. Seats are very nice and comfy. This is actually like a sofa. Once you go on the road, it feels so soft. I think this is pretty much about the interior and the exterior of the car. So we are taking the car for a spin now. Rated at 184 horsepower, so it's not a very powerful vehicle, but it's not slow at all. I think it's about 8 point something seconds 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, so it's pretty quick. It's nippy if you want, but it's not a very good car on the corners, as you might expect. It's a luxury sedan at the end of the day, 1600 kilos. It features the 5G Tronic automatic transmission. I forgot to mention this, which is one of the best transmissions Mercedes has fitted into their cars. I think you have this on any Mercedes model of that era. Very solid gearbox. You can see this gearbox on taxis in Germany hitting 1 million kilometers easily. Everything you have to do is maybe do an oil change and a filter change for this transmission, and you're good to go. No problems with them. They're incredibly reliable and renowned for that reliability. Driving it, it's a pleasure. I'm up to 50 kilometers per hour now, 2000 RPM in the 5th gear. You feel absolutely nothing. It is very, very quiet. So let's see how's the fuel economy. Since reset, I've done 1006 kilometers. The average speed was 29 kilometers per hour, so I was mainly driving around the city. And I have a fuel economy of around 25-26 miles per hour. Let's see how's it accelerating. So I'm doing 60 now, full depress of the pedal, and we hit 100 kph. It is pretty quick, pretty nippy. The engine makes a nice whine due to the compressor there, so the power delivery is actually smoother than the turbo engine cars. I can't recommend this car more. Like, really, 1600 is the price of a new iPhone probably, so we actually bought a luxury sedan for that money, and It's a luxury sedan with absolutely no problems whatsoever. Just hop in and drive. So this is it, guys, for today. I just wanted to present you my new car. I'm so excited. I got it for so cheap. It's amazing when I find these deals online. I can't believe my eyes. I'm very excited with this car. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and talk to you soon. Bye.